Whoa!
It worked exactly like I planned.
What's up, dude?
Not much. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Dude, so back on the Corvette, a lot of people commented and they were talking about OptiSpark.
OptiSpark, yeah. So I did a little bit of research on it, and we'll check that out. I brought up a compression gauge. We'll check the compression on at least this bank and see if it's consistent. We'll go from there.
So what's our goal for today?
I want to eliminate that misfire. That's my goal for the day.
Yeah. So for those of you who have been watching, you know that we try to figure out the misfire. Last episode, we didn't really have all our tools, and also had to hit a barbecue, so didn't get as far as we wanted. But today, we'll continue on with that.
Yeah.
And we did learn a lot on the last episode, though.
Yeah.
OBD1, OBD2. Should we pull her in and see what we can do?
See what we can do.
Have you you watching the episodes with the Harley?
Yeah, I started watching it. Pretty rad.
You want to ride it?
Yeah, he's in it.
Yeah. Let's jump it off the dock. Zach and Tracker Die guys put this thing together in about 3 days. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Project Cars.
No front brake.
No front brake. This
It
is
only slows you down. Brakes slow you down.
Whoa, dude! What?
My bad.
All right, we're off to a great start. All right, so anyway, back to this thing.
I don't know much about the OptiSpark, but I saw a lot in the comments that check the OptiSpark. I want to pull the distributor cap off and look at the condition of the cap and rotor. I saw a lot of comments. Thank you guys for teaching me something. So we'll check that out. Check compression on this bank and see why this thing's still misfiring.
Pretty much go from there.
Right.
Cool, man.
Yep.
Let's
Not
get
cool.
Well, not cool. The mystery continues.
All right.
How many episodes do you think we'll shoot before we fix the compression?
I'd say like 13. I'm hoping for 13.
All right, guys.
12 to 13.
If you love our compression videos, comment below.
I brought my compression tester. So this tool does two things. One, we could plug it into each one of the spark plug wires or spark plug sockets, and then we crank the engine over, and then we check to see compression. Once I find that one cylinder is like lower than the other, I could add compressed air to that cylinder and see where the air is leaking out. But it's a quick test.
Yeah.
So ideally what you want to do is pull out all the spark plugs, but I'm only going to pull this bank and unplug the other bank's injectors so that it won't start. You pull out all the spark plugs, you screw in this hose, right? And then you plug in this guy to this guy, and you crank over the engine, and it should come up to like 140, 150 around there. That's par for the course.
Let's get to it, bro.
Let's do it. Hot damn, this has 200 pounds of compression on that one cylinder. That's a lot of compression. So that eliminates my theory of that cylinder being weak. So it must be that OptiSpark that everybody's talking about. Good news is, the engine's good, but bad news is I gotta pull off the water pump and make a mess.
Should we just throw it on the lift right now?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
easiest on me. Kyle, did you see this? It says no vans.
That's not cool.
No. We love vans. Cal?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Burnouts.
You know, there's a sign that says no unauthorized burnouts in the yard.
Trust me, I was authorized.
Okay.
How do we look underneath here, bud?
It's pretty alright. You got a leak, but just sweating, not dripping. Horsepower sweat.
That's what you call leaks, horsepower sweat?
Yeah.
Okay, noted.
So what I'm gonna do is start draining the radiator. Let that drain. You got a bucket?
Yeah.
That looks more like oil than coolant. What's that about, Kyle? Is there something you want to tell me?
Horsepower sweat.
Oh, okay. Keeps coming out at that rate, we're gonna be here a while. So we'll lower it down and crack the radiator cap and it should start pouring out.
Whoa!
It worked exactly like I planned. That's a bolt.
Whoa.
Is that?
I didn't put that there.
You didn't put that there?
No.
Somebody put it there. Basically, a water pump is just creating flow. The radiator cap creates the pressure. The water pump circulates all the water.
Yeah.
And basically the water gets hot and then goes to the radiator air flows through it and it removes all the heat from the water. And then removes all the heat from the engine. So air conditioners work very similar. They don't make the cab cold. All they do is remove the heat from the cab. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The light is so bright on your head.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm sweating pretty good, huh?
Yeah. It is hot out here. I'm not sweating that bad, but I'm doing most of the work, so.
Yeah. You're doing most of the work.
Yeah.
Somebody's got it.
Hey, somebody's got to stay in here and ask questions and not do any work. Casey, Monday, clean that up.
So you know how I drain the radiator so it wouldn't make a mess when we pull the water pump off?
Yes.
Check that out, huh?
Wow, that would have been way worse, wouldn't it have?
I don't know, not really. I think I got all the bolts. So this means
Hammer time?
big old pry bar. Doesn't feel like I got all the bolts.
So you have a Corvette kind of like this, right?
I have a Corvette like this, yeah. I have a 86, I think it is.
86?
But it's just sitting in my backyard. I got a family of raccoons living in it. There we go. Look at this thing. That's horrible. It's not even a distributor. It's the first time I've seen something like that.
That thing right there?
Yeah, so.
Instead of a distributor, it has that?
Right. We take it apart, go to AutoZone, they don't have it, and I'm not gonna put it back together and it's just gonna sit there with all of Scotto's cars for 6 months.
Shots fired?
Shots fired?
You've never heard that term?
No.
Urban Dictionary, shots fired.
Okay.
Okay, so I will call AutoZone right now. We'll figure this deal out, but
Yeah.
we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, so AutoZone did not have the distributor that we wanted, so we ran to O'Reilly's. Shout out to the people there. They're super cool. Nothing against AutoZone, they're cool too, you know?
Yeah. There's the distributor.
All right, when these guys talk Opti Spark,
Yeah.
we're talking inside of here.
Right. Hopefully it runs.
So in your other Corvettes, you didn't change your distributor, didn't
So on my other Corvette, like yours, the C4, I haven't touched the thing. It just sits in my backyard. But my C6, it has independent coils, coil per cylinder. So no distributor, just a coil that's controlled by the computer, wind to fire. This thing actually has things in it that spin around and it distribute spark to each one of these things. That's why they call it a distributor. Looking at this thing, you can't put it in a wrong way. See that? That's what they would call a key, is that all these splines, but this spline is, there's a spline missing, so it could only go in one way. So that's cool. Thinking about it, remember how I broke your spark plug?
Yes.
Spark plug wire? I think we should have got some spark plug wires.
God.
It's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We don't need it, do we? Well, it's still.
We got so many cars here, so many. Look, that we could use those spark plug wires off that Volkswagen engine. Yeah.
They're not.
Nobody will know.
Nah.
There's no evidence of us doing it at all.
Let's go pull one off of Zach's truck. The odds of him watching this video is super low. to this point. Okay, so that's what we'll do.
So, looks like we gotta pull the balancer off. Hopefully we get the balancer off without pulling out the rack and pinion or any of that.
Corvette build update. Danger Dan.
Hey, bud.
How we looking?
Stupid crank pulley.
Yeah.
Kind of in the way of everything, so gotta figure out a clever way to get in there.
Every time you put a wrench on it, it just starts spinning the crank, so I'm gonna take the starter out and hopefully jam something up in the flywheel, flex plate, and hopefully get those bolts out.
So the flex plate has teeth on it, like this. If you can jam something in there to keep it from moving, then we can crank on that. So either I hold it or Vince holds it or whatever. One of us is gonna have to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Hold it, break it free. If we can't do that, we'll use the starter.
Sounds fun.
So, we were originally gonna take out the starter and jam something in there, but to take the starter out, you gotta take the exhaust out, and we don't wanna deal with it. So what we're gonna do is just put a wrench on the crank and start the engine. Use the starter to break the bolts loose.
Tried and true. I've done it a whole lot.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug all the, I guess I could just unplug the coil, huh? So that way it won't start when we are cranking in. The wrench is flying around everywhere.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Maybe we should just plug it back in for content?
No,
No?
no, because I want you to lose your hand. Because I'm gonna start the car.
No, I'm starting the car.
You're gonna be a wrench guy.
I'm starting the car.
No,
I'm the wheelman.
I'm the start guy. Yeah, see?
Maybe we should Rochambeau for this? Wait.
Alright, it's on shoot.
I went on default. 1, 2, 3.
What was that, dude?
It's my first time, man.
Playing rock, paper, scissors?
Okay.
Dan's in position.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I set the wrench up in there. It's
Sounded like it broke.
Where's the wrench? Oh, the wrench is here. It's on the ground.
yeah.
He's out, so don't worry about that.
It just broke my step-on wrench.
It broke the wrench.
Where are your tools?
No.
Why not? Oh, it still works. That's snap-on for you. It worked.
So,
Two
Broke
more.
the ratchet, but it worked.
Yeah.
Told you. Let's see how much that ratchet can actually hold. Do it 2 more times.
Two more times.
the ratchet's already broken. We might as well.
Yeah. It's my snap-on guy's problem.
Exercise that lifetime warranty.
So I already took the first bolt out. Now I'm lining it up for go number 2. This isn't working. Ah, fuck it. Send it.
You ready?
Ready? It worked.
Alright, we need one more.
One more.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that was a good one there.
Leave a tool on it?
Intentionally.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're trying to break something loose?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Let you break the crank loose.
I bet you there's a special tool to do this.
I thought we rented one.
We did. I don't feel like using it.
That's the baby.
Yeah. Guess we should number these wires if we take them off. It's off. Old one's out. So what I'll do is, see in here, there's splines.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that those splines are lined up. Like, see, you could tell this one's been replaced. Somebody already did this. That they took a Sharpie and marked it, aligned it.
New one's in.
Yeah.
Only up from here. So we're at the point to where we're throwing it together.
Yeah. Easy. Just put that on, plug that in, put the water pump back on, add coolant. We'll fire it up. It'll still misfire, and we'll throw another part at it. 2 weeks from now. Corvette update. Putting the water pump back in.
What are you doing there?
It's silicone. Silicone keeps the water in.
Does the water pump get power?
No, so when I originally looked at this thing, I thought it was electric because most water pumps have a pulley that's driven by the belt, but this one's driven by camshaft.
All hooked up?
Belt's back on, water pump's on. Put the thing that goes from here to here back on. Radiator hose. And we'll fill with some water and fire it up.
We'll see what happens.
Alright, I think it's all back together. That's all there. You gonna fire it up or what?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, before we do that, let's add some coolant. Oh,
Oh. Ready?
yeah. Put it in here.
Going home. Still misfiring.
I'm gonna go home.
Me too. We're going home. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.